Okay, here's a short video on how to connect to the Gears Lite application. It does its only iPhone or iPad, although the iPad is probably best used because of the screen size. But first of all, you connect to your Wi-Fi that is also on your Gears machine. So you'll double check that. That's like nothing's gonna work unless you have the same Wi-Fi connected to the app as you do Gears. Okay, so once I've done that, then I go to the App Store, and it's under Gears Lite Controller. It's a free app, Gears L-I-T-E, L-I-T-E, and then you're gonna click open on that, or download that and open it up. And you'll see here that it's asking for an IP address, a port, and an access code. I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna click local server. If you don't have this, then you need the new build, and you can call Chance or myself to get that. But you're gonna click local server, okay? And there's gonna be an IP address there, 10, and then you just put that number in here. So it's 10, it's gonna be different for everybody. That number is gonna be different no matter where you're at, or depending on where you're at. .0.222, okay? So I put that in there, and then the port number is that number right there. 50051, right? And then there's an access code. And under the access code, you basically click generate code, and it'll come up 326114, okay? 326114. Okay, and then it says connect system. And on your screen, there's gonna say grant access. It's gonna ask for access, and you click yes. So now it says that my iPad's been authenticated. Okay, so these are all the list of players, and here are some of the kind of the features of this. Okay, so we'll do I don't know, who should we pick? We'll pick Bobby Clampett. Okay, and you'll see here that his session was January 26th of 2017. And you can press refresh sessions just in case he might have done another one that hasn't updated on the iPad yet. But you'll click this here, and this is the swing. We just have a 7-iron from him. And you'll see here that there's some club observations, and it's considering softening shaft flex and flattening the golf club to straighten the ball flight. So it's using Gears to basically kind of see, how stiff the shaft is, or how. So in other words, the shaft deflection is really low for him, so he can actually handle something a little softer, and then it's actually flatten the golf club quite a bit. So, but we're going to go back there, and you'll see that there's a new feature called training observations, and that brings up his avatar. So you'll see these two machines are talking to each other. So I'm just going to put red flags on here. This gives a series of yellow flags and red flags. So at the address, there's no red flags. At mid-back, there are no red flags. At the top of his swing, there are no red flags. At mid-down, there's 2 red flags. So what we'll do is here, we'll click Load 3D Scene. And what it'll do is it'll bring up him versus the average tour player at mid-down. Okay? So the software actually automatically takes you there, and it's talking about his hand path. So the system will recommend, or we'll spread these out a little bit. So basically what it's saying is that his hand path has moved too far away in this kind of manner. It's trying to get the hand path closer to the right leg, and that's one of the things. And it also says too little pelvis turn at mid down. So we're going to click that. So you'll see here that Bobby Clampett, it brings up the tour average and Bobby Clampett here. And you can see here that at mid down, or last parallel, Bobby Clampett only has 1 degree of pelvis turn, where the average tour player has 24. So depending on how severe the thing, it will throw you a red flag or a yellow flag. And that is kind of, gives you some guidelines on what maybe to look for. Okay. Now, if you want to watch a video, you click this, and this will take you to a little video on how we fix that. and you just kind of play it. You can watch my videos. How do you fix pelvis in this particular? How do you get more pelvis turn at mid down? So there's lots of drills and functionalities that you can or can't use. You don't have to if you don't want to, of course. These are all observations, not requirements. Now, the other thing, if we go to impact, it's saying, hey, we have body and club recommendations here. It says this has too little pelvis turn at impact, and the face to path at impact is pretty far off. So that'll give us too little pelvis turn at impact. You'll see here that Bobby Clampett has 12 degrees of pelvis turn, and the average tour player has 38. So again, you can be a good player and only have 12 degrees of hip turn, but what we're trying to do is give you some ideas on what the best players in the world do, and the range at which they do it. So that's why he got a red flag there. Anyways, you'll also see that there's club data here too. So it'll say that the face to path at impact is bad. And in this case, Bobby, his face to path is 2.5 degrees closed, and his path is inside out 5 to 6. So that's a little bit of a red flag. That's a pretty big hook that he hit there. So it'll kind of give you some ideas on, hey, that might be a little bit more outside of what the average tour player does, which is pretty close to 0. So anyways, that's how Gears Light works. It gives you some red and yellow flags. If you turn the red flags off, you'll see that it does flag some things. So for example, in the mid down, too much pelvis sway at mid down. That's a yellow flag. So you just press that and it takes you right to that position. And it's saying that he has too much pelvis sway. So he's got 4.5 inches, where the average tour player only has 2.9. So anything that kind of gets too far outside of, and you'll see that, at mid down, he has a lot of rib cage sway too. So, and he also at impact, or yellow flag, says too much pelvis sway at impact. So Bobby Clampett has 5.5 inches, and the average tour player has 3.1. So that doesn't mean that you can't play really good golf from there, but whenever we see something kind of outside a little bit, it'll be a yellow flag, and if it's a lot, it'll be a red flag. Anyways, that's a good introduction to Gears Light, and give you some idea on how to coach, and the software will soon have all this stuff inside of it. So pretty soon you'll see red flags, yellow flags on key joints. But for right now, we're just using the iPad to do that. So feel free to call us with any questions. Thank you.